But within the last few minutes, President Biden addressing today's bombshell decision from the U.S. Supreme Court, the justices ruling that former presidents are immune from criminal prosecution for their official conduct. He used the opportunity to take a shot at his rival, Donald Trump.
The public has a right to know the answer about what happened on January 6th before they are asked to vote again this year. Now, because of today's decision, that is highly, highly unlikely. It's a terrible disservice to the people of this nation.
And reporter Nicole Sganga is outside the Supreme Court with the impact of that decision.
Ryan, Liz, President Biden cut his visit to Camp David short so he could return to the White House and address today's ruling. Now, that federal election interference case against former President Trump will push on, but likely on a new timeline.
The Supreme Court issued a landmark decision on presidential immunity in a case that directly affects former President Trump. In a 6-3 ruling, the conservative majority divided presidential conduct into 3 categories. Official acts that are part of the president's core constitutional powers, for which the president has absolute immunity. Other official acts outside the president's exclusive authority have presumptive immunity, and there is no immunity for unofficial acts.
On the majority side, they, I think, very legitimately were concerned about the threat of future presidents possibly being prosecuted.
The ruling affects special counsel Jack Smith's prosecution of Trump for his alleged efforts in the overturning of the 2020 election results. The case now goes back to the lower court.
He's going to take a big scissors to the indictment, and he's going to cut out any counts that relate or could be even close to relating to official acts.
In a scathing dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor warned the ruling insulates the commander-in-chief from criminal prosecution, no matter how he uses his official powers, even if it's for an assassination, military coup, or a bribe.
I think the lens she was coming from is no person is above the law.
Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in his majority opinion that no president is above the law, and the court ultimately rejected Trump's argument that he has absolute immunity unless impeached by the House and convicted by the Senate.
With just over 4 months until the presidential election, Monday's ruling makes it highly unlikely Trump will face trial in the election interference case before then.
Former President Donald Trump declared victory earlier today after the decision from the high court was handed down. He's even fundraised off of it. Now, if Trump wins in November, he could direct the Department of Justice to throw out that federal election subversion case against him altogether. At the Supreme Court, Nicole Sganga, I'll send it back to you. Ryan, Liz.